honestly feel physically sick being in this place.
Let's go and turn that.
So with this house tour video, I wanted it to be very similar to the other house tour videos that I've done on this channel in the past. Very upbeat and happy. Hold on. Let me get something. This video is different. This is the horror house. Alright. Let me set the mood for this one. I had tried to do my regular cool house tour type of videos. Happy, uplifting. That immediately changed after I entered the house. Oh god. Oh good god. Right as I stepped in, it felt like a very large pressure comes down upon you. Some type of like bad energy. It feels like you're kind of always being watched. It's very uneasy and unsettling. This place is gonna give me nightmares. You can see it with the pace of which I record this video. In the beginning, I start off a little bit lightheartedly. I go around corners slowly. I try to talk and engage with the camera. Hold on, Mom, we haven't even finished some of the other stuff. What? Yeah. I try to get steady shots for the video. As you can see with the end, towards the end of my recording, that is not the case. I start speeding up the recording. A lot of the things that I get with my camera don't even pick up anymore. It's so blurred by how quickly I'm trying to get out of this house. I start taking note of things a little bit quicker, rounding corners quicker, because the uneasy, unnerving sense it keeps embedding itself into you while you're into this house. The longer you stay, the longer this uneasy feeling lingers. Some part of me wanted to stay and get better shots for the camera and maybe make a creepier video, but it was hard to stay. It was hard to stay and do that. Every minute that you're in there, it's like your stomach turns even more into this sort of knot. All of the knickknacks, all of the old memorabilia, all of the antique furniture and woodwork, all of the crap makes you feel like you're trapped and constrained.
It's like claustrophobic.
Yeah, in some type of rat maze. This makes it extremely uncomfortable to move around in this house. You're constantly looking at the floor and where you're stepping so you don't accidentally bump into some cursed relic in a horribly untimely manner. Makes you feel like you're living in a live horror movie with every turn. One corner that I took that set me off the most was this corner down at the end of a narrow little hallway, right next to the stairs, a little lookout point, and across from a separate bedroom. This little hallway will lead you to a narrow door. Once you open this door, there's no space to do anything. This keeps you constrained as with the rest of the house does. You open this door and it leads you out to a very small, narrow window with a less than pleasant sculpture As you open the door, it almost hits the wall next to it as it's so close and it's right there, keeping you in this tiny little space you can't even fully walk in. The only ways to get out now or do any sort of movement in this room is to turn to your left, which is where the rest of the room is located, or get out. And you can barely get out because there's not a lot of space. You'd have to walk backwards. You don't have any room or range of rotation to be able to get out and backtrack out of the room other than just backing out. So now you're faced with you have to turn to the left. And this is very unnerving. The rest of the turns in this house are unnerving, but this is extremely unnerving, especially if this were something at night. So you turn to the left and you are greeted with this amazing textured black wall. The wall is textured like a dungeon of some sort, and it blocks off and obstructs virtually all of the visibility in the room as you are walking into it. So as you turn to the left, you have almost no idea of what you're walking into with this sunken in type of room that's crowded behind this textured wall. It feels like as soon as you turn left, you're faced with immediate doom. This looks like some things that you just walk the corner and get murdered. Look at this. You're walking into a situation where you have virtually no idea what's going to happen with these very velvety textured walls and settings in the room. The whole vibe of the room is completely dungeon-esque. There's not a lot of light entering the room, coming out of the room. It is very uneasy to be in that room, let alone turning this corner to get into the room. The textures on the walls, the wallpaper, the thickness of the things, like the thickness of the walls and the stairways, the unnerving feeling of it all, the scrunchies on the top of the ceiling holding up the light fixtures. Everything feels extremely outdated and very unnerving. If you've ever seen horror movies and they're in those older type of houses, this feels exactly what it'd feel like to live through those horror movies, is being in this house for maybe just a minute. Who knows why these sellers are selling it? They seem pretty attached to the house, but I don't really want to know. There's something about this house that it would not surprise me if maybe unpleasant things took place, or there were some secrets that lay behind those striped white and pink walls. You never know. But within 1 second of me stepping into that house, I think I do know. And it's not good. Now this house was listed on the market for over $5 million. I think it was close to $6 million. And it sold extremely quickly. It sold faster than any of the other houses that I've ever done a house tour on for this channel. And I've got more house tours that I've already recorded. I've got a few others, and they were really cool houses. This house has sold the fastest out of any house that I've covered. It really makes you wonder, what type of person is buying a house like this?
I'm a builder, actually.
What?
I'm married to a builder.
Oh, okay.
Leave a like and subscribe, or else you get a free all expenses paid trip to this house, you better do it. Thanks.